All right, guys, so today we're going to talk about the Vector Optics Frenzy. So this is a pretty cool solar red dot from the folks over at Vector Optics. They did send this out to the channel, and I just want to talk about a few things. So I'm not going to do a full unboxing. We've all seen that a million times, but it comes with this cool little tool here that looks like a little freaking little badass rifle, cleaning cloth, user manual, and a warranty card. Big whoop, who cares? So, all right, back to what we do care about. This optic here. So you'll see there is two battery compartments. So this thing takes two AAA batteries that are not included, which annoys me when people sell optics and they don't give you the battery for the optic. Like, come on, man. Spending this money for something. Obviously, I didn't. It was sent out to me, but people who do spend, a couple $100s on an optic, I expect they have a battery thrown in there for me. Like, throw me a bone, my guy. But I digress. The cool thing about this being solar is right now, even without batteries, I have a dot, which is awesome, and it's pretty bright. So let me come around and see if we can see it. So pretty bright dot, and again, absolutely no batteries in this thing right now, just pure solar. And that dot is kicking here out in the desert. So pretty awesome that the solar works so well. All right, so now that we've talked about that, this thing does have a night vision mode here. It says NV, and it's got your brightness up and down. Pretty standard, right? It does have a quick disconnect, so you're able to just go ahead and flip that lever, pop it on and off, whatever you need to do. What I also like is it has this like exoskeleton cage around it. We kind of see that a lot now with different optics, where they're putting these little exoskeletons around there to kind of protect their optics from damage, which is pretty cool. I think that's pretty insightful for the market. They're seeing that people are doing a lot more of these durability tests, and is this optic worth your money, or is it, if you bang it a couple times, it's pretty much worthless? So it is nice that they're starting to think about that now. Now, is it the strongest metal out there? No, it's just cheap grade aluminum. However, that's going to take the brunt of a lot of force, more than what your average Joe is going to encounter out there on their range trip. So this is going to do a pretty good job of keeping your optic zeroed, and you're not going to lose any ability to hit your targets, and you might even save your glass a little bit depending on how it's hit and where it's hit. So I think that's pretty cool. As far as how it looks, I mean, it's a little big, but I think it's very robust. Obviously, enclosed optics, so your emitter is not going to get junked up or clunked up with anything. Just a pretty solid little red dot. Time will tell how durable it is and how well it holds up, but we're going to put some rounds through it today, get a quick zero in on it. Nothing crazy, just good enough to to do the video for today, and see how it does. But right now I'm pretty impressed with the solar is working excellent. Like, it's actually almost too bright without having any battery in it at all. The only thing I don't like is when it's run off just solar, that battery power is kind of default, so you don't get to adjust the brightness up and down with the solar. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. In a shit hits the fan situation, my batteries die. I'd rather have a dot that's too bright than no dot at all. So pick and choose what your pros and cons are. So it is what it is, and I think it's pretty awesome that the solar works so well. I've actually had a few that, yeah, it works, but it's kind of just barely visible. This one, no issues at all picking up any of my targets out there, so it's pretty sweet. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and throw a couple of batteries in there. That way I have some ability to adjust my dot, and then we'll go from there. All right, so this Frenzy does come in multiple reticle options. So this one here is just the standard 3 MOA red dot. They do have multi reticle, where it's the 32 MOA circle with the dot in the middle, just the 32 MOA circle by itself, and then the dot by itself, whatever. This one's just the 3 MOA red dot. They do have green as well. So really just whatever you want to do, however you want to configure it and work out best for you. All right, so just like any other standard dot, made out of 6061 aluminum, nothing fancy, nothing crazy, but it is durable enough to get the job done. Let's go ahead and get the rest of this weapon put together and go ahead and shoot this thing and see what we can do with it. Not too shabby for just messing around. Quick 0. Headshots could improve though. Headshots could definitely improve. This one, so this one was the one I zeroed on. So I started off over here running off the paper, my first 4 shots, then just brought it in. And here's the rest of what I just did right here. Headshots are a little bit better on this one. I think this one a little bit more straight up and down, so easier to hit. And then obviously you guys know my steel, my tiny little steel, about the size of a stretched out hand, but she does me good. She does me good. All right, guys, so that's a wrap on the Vector Optics Frenzy Plus 1x31x26 solar red dot QD mount. Everything you could want, budget price. Yeah, I mean, you'll notice I didn't throw it around, guys. I've done that a lot. No sense needlessly destroying a perfectly good optic. These optics can take it these days. If a $50 CV Life optic can handle it, I'm sure this one can handle it too. You've seen plenty of my reviews on these red dots. I've seen enough to know when one's going to fail and when one's not. This mount here, obviously you don't have a lot of mount options for height, but the way it sits right now co-witnesses perfectly with my backup irons. So it sits up nice, about an inch or so. So I don't really think you need a lot of other options out there. So take that for what it's worth. Again, that solar option works super well. So I wouldn't hesitate to pick this thing up if you want to have a nice little optic for the range and plink around the farm, take hunting, whatever. Again, with all my reviews with these budget optics, is it something that I would trust my life to and take in the battle? Probably not, but do I feel comfortable and confident that it'll get the job done out on the range and around the house? Sure. Yes, I do. So make sure you check them out. I'll link it below, and let me know what you guys think down in those comments. Appreciate you watching. Have a good one.